Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's King tonight. And so far, so good. For those of you that don't know, I've been talking about this for a while. The market has been playing in very small ranges. I've been saying this, all right? And a lot of you guys are anxious to trade. A lot of people are anxious to get something out of the market. Well, guess what? The market will always present the opportunities. You don't want to force an opportunity when there's no opportunity, okay? One of the things you also need to understand is that we're at the time of the year where you don't really get much. And the patterns the market has been giving us are patterns that regardless of the model you're trading with, you will need to be very careful, okay? I know a lot of people, they are now trading on the 5 minutes, trading on the 1 minute. I know a lot of them, but the ranges the market has given us are ranges that they're just like squeezed in. So it's left for you to take out time and wait for the market to show its hand. All right. So, I mean, you don't need to panic. Just be patient. I've been saying this for the longest. Okay. You will get your trade. You will get your trade. All right. So, without wasting much of your time. All right. So, I'm going to go quickly to Gbp Jpy, ladies and gentlemen. I can't make this stuff up. Okay. I can't. Really? Can I? Nope, I can't. There you go. I marked it up on Zoom. Here, this one here. This was the highest candle this week. This was the high of this week. What did I do? I brought my Fibonacci, this high, all the way down to this low of this candle here. There. Right there. Right there. Okay. I did it in your faces. All right. So now, this, ladies and gentlemen, one second. I did it in your faces. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Did the market come to our entry? Oh, yes, it did. So your entry was like here. Stop loss, 30 pips. The market put you in about 14 pips drawdown. And then the market ran all the way to your first target, which is at here, this price point here. And on Zoom this morning, I said something. I told everybody that I was going for 50 pips minimum. All right. Now look at this. 52 pips, or as a matter of fact, 53, because it's like 53 pips. So let me do it properly. I think it was 52 pips. First target, that's what I was waiting for. Second, third, and ultimately hoping the market was going to come in. But guess what? The market gave you 50 pips. So would it be okay if you took a trade setup? Would it be okay if you took a trade setup? Risk to reward 1:1.7. Will you take it? Ladies and gentlemen, I will take it. So that's what the market gave us here. And this was amazing. So let's look at a few things here. Because these are the details I need you guys to pay attention to. A lot of you are not paying attention to them. Okay. These are the details. Okay. Now, here, I'll start from here. Just like we always do, where was the trap set up here? Just like we always do, trap was here, this one here. Just like we always do. I talk about this thing every time, but I don't know why you guys are not paying attention to these things. Just like we always do. Look at it. So, all right. So So right here, okay. So the market came all the way here. The market came all the way here. Okay, the market came all the way here. What is wrong with that dog? The market came all the way here, and then the market came to your first target here. Okay, it didn't get to your final target. And obviously, if you have been following what I've been teaching, whereby because it's a sell, your target is going to be a little bit slightly higher than what this price point tells you. All right. I mean, this would have been a complete trade for you, but then based off of the model, look at this. You didn't get there. Guess what happens next? The market gave you some money, hit your first target, and then the market went all the way up. Mind you, this is not a trap here because this was still playing. Okay, this was still playing. Excuse me. Excuse me. So this is not a trap because this was more like the one that was playing up because we're looking for a sell. So, all right. So now, anything that happened after here, after this market had done this, would have been your setup. Now, again, if I take this away, same thing I teach you. The market came, gave us all this money, and then the market went against us. Absolutely fine. Took my 50 pips, smacked out. I made $1,000 on this trade setup. $1,000 bucks. I used to stop the loss out 2.2. So this is I made a complete $1,000 clean on this setup. So so having done this, so what am I going to do next? I'm going to get rid of this. Not completely anyways, because I mean, for some reason, I still think the market is going to come here and then we could get an opportunity around this price point. So I'm just going to leave this here. I still think the market is going to come here, get an opportunity here, and then we'll continue to the upside. I still think so. To be honest, I still think so. But until then, I mean, I'm not going to force it. I'm not interested in whatever the market wants to do. I'm not going to force anything. I'm just going to wait and allow the market show me its hand. Okay? Never run after the market. Be patient. Be patient. I can't say that enough. Be patient. Be patient. Be very patient. Okay? So that's that on GJ. So let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. Oh man, the market makers. What's going on with you? Hold on, can you guys hear me? I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. You guys, can you hear me loud and clear? I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me loud and clear? I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear.
I can.
Perfect. All right, perfect. Okay, let's go. All right, good. Goldfather is on this call. Goldfather, what's up? How did you enjoy GJ? We did it together on Zoom this morning. Tell me you enjoyed it. Oh man. All right, guys. So check this out. All right. So what I was looking at on gold was okay, Goldfather can talk. So good, so good. What I was looking at on gold here was I said on Zoom that I was expecting the market to come all the way up here, then melt down to this price point. But unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunately, anyways. This is what I was trying to mark out. Okay, but then the market did the opposite, which is fine. Remember, I told you guys FOMC. You don't want to be playing in this waters, FOMC. Now check this out. Who remembers? Game of Thrones say the not remembers. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was a trap. Broke out, gave you a retest, did all this, and eventually hit your final target. Now, this market took how many weeks? 2 freaking weeks to smack your target, final target on this trade setup. 2 weeks. That's why I don't like all this kind of huge traps, okay? So, therefore, the next trap gold gives you is going to be the valid trap. The next one gold gives you is going to be your valid trap. The next one gold presents to you is going to be your trap, right? Not all of these other traps that you guys have pointed, oh, this is a trap, oh, that's a trap, oh, blah, 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 blah. Nope. You need to understand what the market is telling you. The next trap the market presents is going to be your trap. So I'm going to get rid of you because I don't need you anymore. I mean, look at this. I explained it this morning on Zoom, but the bulk of you were not here. I explained to you guys the reason why this would have been a good trap to take. I explained to you why this should have been a good trap for you to take, and I explained why this would have been a good trap for you to take. I explained it this morning on Zoom, but guess what? A lot of you were not on that Zoom, which is fine, absolutely. I don't have a problem with that, okay? So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. Now, let's look at this here. Now, this is absolutely risky in my opinion, but guess what? I will trade it. I will trade it. I'm not asking you to trade it because based off of the rules, this is not valid. What I feel is worth the risk. So I'm going to trade it. I will trade this. Okay. I will trade this and see what the market presents to me. So this is gold. Now let's take a look at AUD USD. Okay, perfect. So AUD USD. Now I see a lot of people are like, oh man, that I absolutely even forgot about it. AUD USD. Last week, this was a setup I marked up here. All right, the market did all this, and then the market eventually came back and went in that direction. Now, based off of the rules, I wouldn't have even traded it. But as you can see, these are the things that when you miss a trap, okay, when you miss a trap, and for instance, the trap reaches that doesn't get to the entry you want it to get to, and then maybe a few days after it does that, okay, you want to check what exactly happened. Why did that happen? Why did the market come back there and reject? Those are the things. Those are the kind of things that you put down in your journal. Okay, the trap was here. You retested the first time. It went all the way up. You formed other traps that other people could have been able to trade off of. What's it called? Like this one here. People would have been able to trade off of. It did all that. But guess what? The market came back into that zone there. And then it still played out. Why? And as you can see, FOMC, he came here a second time, went all the way up, came here a third time, went all the way up. At this point, I begin to look and I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? Ladies and gentlemen. At the same time, what just happened? What kind of candlestick do we have here? Somebody talk to me. What kind of candlestick pattern do we have there? I need somebody to talk to me. Tell me. I want to know. I don't know if you guys are following.
Bullish
what kind of
engulfing.
candlestick pattern? Bullish engulfing. Perfect. That's a bullish engulfing candle. And if you have been following me for a while, I talk about demand and I talk about supply. All right. A bullish engulfing candle is one of the most bullish engulfing candles, as a matter of fact, is one of the most I don't know what word to use. It's a very special candlestick pattern. It's like, to me, it's like the most important because it's easy to trade. Okay. So this is more like the market giving me a demand zone, retesting the first time, did all this, came again, 1, 2, and then came again and left again. All right. So let's look at what happened on the 4-hour. If there was anything there. Because you begin to wonder, how in the world is this trap still playing out? How? Okay, what's this here? Okay, this H4. H4 is not really showing me anything. So I'm just going to stay on the 1 hour. H4 didn't show me anything. So I'm going to stay on the 1 hour. So 1 hour is telling me, look at it here, right in front of me. Okay. There's a lot of ways you can trade. There are a lot of things you can trade. Oh, trap. Trap King says it's a trap. This is what he gave us here. But based off of the rules, I missed it. He came back here and did this. Now, I didn't take this trade. Why? Because it was no longer valid. In my opinion, it was no longer valid. But guess what? Taking this away, what did we have? We had a bullish engulfing. A bullish engulfing candle is a candlestick pattern you can trade. So in other words, I'm looking at it no more as a trap. Now I'm beginning to look at it as a demand zone. A demand zone. A demand zone. That's what I'm looking at it. I'm expecting price to come there so that I can take it at a discounted price and go all the way up. That's exactly what happened. Now, in the course of this journey, the market gave us this here. The market gave us this trap right here. Now, these are the kind of traps that give me a headache, I must tell you. These are the kind of traps that give me a headache. When I mean give me a headache, I mean give me a headache. You give me a silly headache. But am I bothered? Nope. Truth is, if you're not comfortable with it, don't trade it. Wait for it to finish playing out and wait for the next one. Okay, I mean, nobody's saying you must trade. Nobody's saying you must trade. Okay, nobody's telling you that. Okay, now as you can see here, this is the importance of trading traps. Look. This is the importance of trading traps. Now look at this. Okay, now the market forms a trap right here. Okay, normally when the market forms a trap, you are waiting for the market to break to the downside or to the upside. Ladies and gentlemen, the market came down, closed back into the trap. The next candle did the same thing. Did this. Here, came all the way down and went back inside. So even during FOMC, it wasn't ready. Now it wasn't. Okay. And then guess what happens next? This. The market shoots all the way up and breaks out. Okay. That is why it's a trap. You trap the market and you're waiting for the market to show its hand. Where does the market want to go? And that is why, because you're trading trap, because I'm trading on the 1 hour time frame, if I'm looking for a breakout, I'm looking for it on the 1 hour time frame. Now let's imagine that you want to confuse yourself. You now say, oh, let me go to the 30 minutes time frame and let me look for the first breakout and let me take this trade and let me do this and let me do that and perform some kind of magic. You see this? Broke out. You would have said, oh, this is my breakout. Oh, my retest. Oh, the market played out. But guess what? You absolutely made a mess of it because this was not your move. This was not, you just got lucky. It wasn't your move. Shouldn't have done that, okay? Your breakout should happen on that 1 hour time frame, on that 1 hour time frame, which is this. So right now, what do I have? So I could easily do this. I could easily do this. I could easily do this. Okay. Meaning that if this market comes back to this point here, I'll take the trade. My first target 27 and my final target is going to be 39 pips. But guess what? You begin to wonder, yo, Trap King, how are we going to address this week? So, like I keep telling you guys, it's your risk to take. Your risk. Am I going to take it? I am not too sure if I'm going to take the trade setup. I'm not too sure if I'm going to take the trade setup. I mean, I could easily say, oh, I'm going to wait for the market down here. I could easily say I'm waiting for the market down here easily. All right. I could easily say that. 1 second. This 15 minutes. I could easily say I'm waiting for the market down there. Let's go to 5 minutes. I could easily say I'm waiting for the market down here. So go back to 1 hour time frame. I could easily say I'm waiting for it down here. Okay. But even if I'm going to trade this, my stop loss is going to sit around here. Somewhere around here. I'm just going to focus on this candle, this whole to the left here, not all these wicks. Because you know why? All these wicks that you see seeking to the downside, it's telling us that there's something in this area they're running away from. And I don't see, and for the fact that the market has done this is a proper rejection wick. It has taken orders and it has gone the opposite direction. So a lot of people have been killed. So I don't see the market coming down here anytime soon. All right. So instead of overanalyzing this stuff, I could easily say, okay, fine. I'm not going to take this trade. I just watch and see how it plays out. Or maybe I'll just demo trade it. Why? Because I have an issue of where to put my stop loss. If I'm not comfortable, I'm going to put my stop loss. Trust me, I'm not going to touch the market. Never, I won't. Not going to touch it. All right, because it's a model, and that's the model I'm working with. Okay, so haven't checked that out. Let's go to UCAD. Excuse me. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I smell money. You already know what happens when I smell money. It means there's food on the table. Trap King said he smelled money. Yes, I smell money. I smell money. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over to the monthly time frame. I talked about this. Well, you guys don't take me seriously. I talked about this. This line has been here for a long time. I drew this line because of this candle here. This week here. And this week here. An area that has been retested as support and then turned resistance. A price point that has happened to is known as a key level. In other words, whenever the market returns to that point, expect some level of reaction. Here, it acted as support. Here, it acted as resistance. I said something in my Zoom this morning. I said, the best moves, the strongest moves, the most powerful moves that you find in the market, they tend to happen at the high of the day, or rather, high and low of the month, high and low of the week, high and low of the day, high and low of the sessions. London session, New York session. As a matter of fact, you can take out time, go into the chart, because I'm not going to do it for you. This is another nugget I'm dropping. All right, go into the charts, pick out any pair, go as far back as a month, mark up a London session, and then mark up New York session, highs and lows. Do that on the 5 or the 15 minutes and watch those price points and see what happened in those areas. Highs and low. I'm just going to keep it like that. There's some kill zones I'm not going to talk about, but I'm just going to keep it like that on the surface. That's an assignment. In the course of you looking at those things, you could find those kill zones and then you bring it up on Zoom and I will address it. I'm waiting for who is going to find it for me. All right. The person if you are in no risk, this doesn't apply to you. But what applies to you is go to the chart over the last 1 month or 2 months, pick up the kill zones I gave you, the time frame I gave you for those kill zones, mark up London kill zone, mark up New York kill zone areas, draw horizontal lines at the high and the low of each of these sessions, and observe what market did in those areas all through that week, what kind of reaches came, what kind of candlestick formed. If you switched over to the 1 hour, did you see a trap? Did it form at the high or the low of the week? That is what I want you to do. Do it for yourself, it's for your own good. I've done the assignment for myself, but to build you up as a proper trader, you need to do some of these things yourself, okay? For your own good. So this is the low of this week, of this month, and this is the high of this month. So let's go down weekly. Weekly time frame, again, low of this week, you can see high of this week. Now you understand what I mean by key level. On the weekly time frame, this was the low, support, broke it, became resistance. 1, became resistance. 2, resistance again. 3, there has to be some very powerful news that will make this market just go all the way up and just destroy this place. Okay, so let's go to the daily and look at it again. Daily time frame. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Look at that. Low, support, broke through, became, as a matter of fact, if you look carefully, let's zoom in here. So you see this support here, came here again, this other candle here, this one here. Support again, broke through, became resistance, move forward, became resistance again, move forward, became resistance again. Let's go to H4. Now, when I say I smell money, I'm not just talking because I want to talk. I smell money. Something is here. The market keeps coming here and keeps giving me what I like to say. So what do we have? Today's Wednesday. We're going into Thursday. So this should be a locked-in high of the week. As you can see, this is a strong bearish engulfing candle. What this means is there's supply in this area. There are sellers in this area, in this whole area. That's why this is happening. So again, this becomes my candle of interest, this one here. That becomes my candle of interest. So I do this. That becomes my candle of interest. That becomes my candle of interest. All right, stay with me. All right, sorry about that. I don't know. The market maker just came in. You're trying to mess up my internet, and I don't know why that's happening. All right, before I proceed, I want to be sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you. Well, we can hear you now.
All right, sorry about what happened, okay? So let's just proceed. The market makers didn't want me to give you guys this. Market makers, you failed. So, the market makers, you failed on this one. So, everything I do, there's nothing that is different. I do the same thing over and over again. Nothing different, nothing changes. So, now this is where we are. Come here. This is gonna be like a 40 pip stop loss. And then first target 45. Second target 68. Normally I just need 50. Third target 91. And ultimately I hope the market comes for 100 and let's say 110. Let's say 110. So this is what I'm having here. Let's get a H1. This is what I'm having right here. Wow. How am I gonna do this? I want to do something. So I want to do something. Okay. Let me go beast mode. Let me go beast mode. So okay. Swing high, swing low. So is it possible? Here, down here. So I could have a 40 pip stop loss. And instead of 45, I said, it could come down here. So let me go beast mode. Let's do this. Let's do this. So from here, all the way down here. If the market comes here and rejects anywhere it comes to reject, I do this. Then, so my target is going to be somewhere here. Let me go to H1 back. So my target is going to be somewhere here. Somewhere around here. That's where my target will be. That's what I'm looking at on this pair here. Let's wait and see if it's going to give it to us. This one here, that's what I'm looking at here. My entry is going to be around here. And I'm hoping for the market to give me at least 1:1 minimum. So if I have a 40 pips stop loss, it means that if the market doesn't give me 40 pips, I'm not moving my stops to break even. Minimum. But until then, that's UCAD. I haven't looked at UCAD. Which other one did I want to look at? Okay, EU nothing, GU nothing. I mean, on our last Zoom on Friday, we talked about EU. I said something to you guys. I said EU, I wanted EU to come all the way here and close. Let's know what we do. So EU is actually in a range. And I trapped EU. I put a line here. I trapped EU. And look at what EU did. EU came here. So now that same pattern I was explaining to you guys based off of the key level. You see it here, support, support, support. If for whatever reason, EU comes down and breaks this zone, it means that if it comes down to this area here, we can be looking for opportunities here to sell. That's EU. So EU, I don't have any business with EU for now. So let's go to GU. Let's go to GU. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so this is for Prince. I don't know if he's on this call. The captain. All right, so he was asking that this was the trap he was looking at. I wonder why. I wonder why this was the trap he was looking at. That's what he was asking. All right, and I was like, oh my goodness, why the same mistakes? This is your trap here. This is your trap right here, this huge one. This is the trap right here. Breakout, all you're looking for is traps that are going to point to sells on this price point here. Okay, nothing, it didn't give you nothing. Nothing. It didn't give you anything. As you can see, nothing, absolutely nothing. So there's nothing. I mean, how can a market be in consolidation for almost 2 weeks now? 1 week, second week. So why? What am I doing here? No, it's deadly waters. I don't want to play here. Even an FOMC couldn't even give me a significant move, right? So, I mean, I don't want to play there. So therefore, the only pairs that I'm trading traps off of right now that can give me present traps to me, and I'm going to take them are AUD USD, USD CAD, Gbp Jpy, and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Are we good?
Can we reevaluate?
Reevaluate which?
Gold.
Gold. Okay. So gold, this is the only thing we have on gold here. I only said This trap that is here, that's what we like to call like a trap in a trap. But this trap that is here, I'm interested in it. I will trade it. It's a risk worth taking for me, but it's a very risky trade setup. We should be looking at the next trap that forms as our trap. But for some reason, I like this trap. So I don't know what else. That's what I'm looking at on gold for now. Other than that, I have nothing apart from the USD card I called.
We don't have a direction?
For which one? Gold?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Sure.
All right, perfect. So if we had a direction for gold, how many pips would you be willing to take if you were able to catch a trade on gold?
For a stop loss?
No, I'm not talking for a stop loss. Like if the market goes in your direction, how many pips will you be willing to take? Or how many pips will your mind, as in based off of your experience as a trader, I don't know how many years you've been trading, but it's a direct question.
5.5
Based off
years.
of your experience, if I give you, you say, well, like 5.5 years.
Mm.
Okay, good. So I've been trading for quite less. I started in 2018. So
Okay.
what I'm showing, what I'm asking now is, just follow me. Okay. So if, for instance, we have a direction for gold, and we say, and I'm looking and I'm saying gold is going to go to 1600, and then this was going to be the entry. Now that's a speculation. That's what I'm assuming, or that's what I'm analyzing. Okay. If you catch the trade setup at this entry, where will you close your trade setup at? Where will you be like at this point? I don't want to, I'm not interested again. Let it do whatever I want to do. I'm done. How many pips will you be willing to take?
That's a good question.
50, 100, 150, 200? How many?
Let's see. 1 second. On the trade, if it goes to 1600?
Yes. How many will you be willing to? Now, you don't even, it's just like an analysis. We expect it to go there, but we're not sure. But what I'm now asking is, if you catch that entry that we're looking out for, how many pips will you? Let's 1600 is about 1,000 plus pips, 1,500 pips away. How many pips will you be willing to take? As a matter of fact, how many pips have you caught the highest at a go at once that you closed?
That is a very good question, and that's somewhere between 1,000. I'm talking
of forex. I'm talking of forex pairs now. I'm not talking of indices.
Oh, forex pairs.
Indices 1,000 pips is very easy. I'm talking of forex pairs. What's the highest you have gone at this stretch?
Like in the 300-400s. I've had more than one, but like my records about 400.
So in other words, you're more like a swing trader. Is that what you're telling me?
No, actually, I'm on this call as a student because I want to be one. I want to prepare for the market.
No. I'm just asking a question. No. I'm asking: are you a long-term trader or a short-term trader? We're having a conversation. Are you a long-term trader or a short-term trader? Because personally, I'm somebody that I trade. Like I said earlier,
but I'm a day trader. I would hope we all learn to be long-term, because the market can consolidate. But over time,
long-term traders.
Yeah, I've adjusted to be day trading. I'm a day trader overall.
Okay, good. I'm a day trader, and I don't have patience for long-term trading. I mean, I can't stay in the market I enter a trade and the whole week. No, not me. I don't want that. All the swap commission, all those things. I don't want that.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3 days. Get me my money and let me get out of here. I don't want that. Don't stress me. I don't have the patience for that. Why? Because I easily change my mind. So that is why when I'm trying to look at the market and I'm trying to provide an analysis, I'm actually looking at them now. In as much as, yes, I could see the long-term picture. Many a times I have seen a trade setup and I'm like, this trade is going to this direction. It could take a while because I don't know how long it could take. But I just look, I'm like, How many pips do I have as my stop loss? 50. Okay, let me do 1:2. Once I get my 100 pips, I'm out. You know why? Because if the market is still going to go to that direction, I could easily catch another entry, and I could catch another entry because this is what I do full time. Okay, so now back to the question of what's it called, of gold. What direction do I see gold going? Let's go to the monthly time frame. Let's go to the monthly, and let's see if we can do this together. You ready?
Yes.
You ready? Are you there with me? All right, perfect. Stay. Just don't mute yourself. Let's have it. Let's do it together. Now, for a very long time, I don't know if anybody was on that Zoom when Tana was still with us. For a very long time, I have been talking about this particular candle here. For a very long time, I've been talking about this very particular candle here, this one here. That is this candle here, this one. This huge one here. This bullish candle here. All right. And I have been saying, for some reason, I want to see the market. Let me clone this box. And I've been saying for some reason, I want to see the market and people are like saying, oh, tracking, no, you can't say that. You know, people have money in gold and all that. For some reason, I told them, I said, this is where I want to see gold. Down here. You see the price point? 1532.
Yes.
Long term, that's where I'm seeing it. Here, at this point. But guess what? It is how many pips away from where price currently is. It's how many pips? It is about this is about 2,500 pips. It's about 2,500 pips. You want me to be honest with you? Even if I catch a perfect entry, I won't stay in this market for 2,500 pips. No.
Yes.
Never. Give me 100. Give me my 100 pips or whatever it is. The bottom line is, if I'm saying for every trade I'm taking, let's assume I'm risking 2% of my account. I'm expecting 1:2, right? Okay, good. So it means that if I'm risking 2%, I'm willing to make 4% profit of my account. All I need in a month is about 10% of my account. If I get 10% of my account, I'm fine. So if I'm trading with like, what's it called? If I'm trading with like a $10,000 account, I just need a minimum of $1,000 at the end of the month. If I'm trading with a $20,000 account, a minimum of 2,000. If I'm trading $100,000 account, a minimum of 10,000. Minimum. Do you understand?
I do.
So it is. There are so many. It's going to always come. The chances, the opportunities will always be there. My mentor says the same thing. So based off of what I've showed you, okay, this long term, like I explained to you, this is where I want to see gold. And that's what I've just showed you. Long term, I don't see gold going up. I don't see it. I don't see it. Because the whole Omicron variant and all the whole Delta stuff and all the whole Corona stuff is becoming messy. It's becoming very annoying.
Yeah,
because I just feel it's just an opportunity to just put pressure on people, to stress people, to just throw turmoil at the whole world. I mean, where in the world did coronavirus come from? Why does it? I mean, why do you expect me to go get jabbed? I take the first dose and the second dose, and they say I'm fully vaccinated. And now you're telling me to take booster jab, whereas we have a lot of people that are not vaccinated yet. And you're now telling them that there's now the Omicron variant is coming, and it's now killing people that have been already jabbed. And you begin to ask questions. So why in the world am I being jabbed? Are the scientists trying to play? Are they gambling with our lives? I mean, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Do you understand? So at that point, when I see things like that, I just feel that, okay, no problem. The big fish, the big dogs, the sharks in the market, the big boys, they know what's happening. They know what's happening, to be honest. President Biden of America can't say he doesn't know what's happening. He knows. He's the most powerful man in the world. Vladimir Putin knows what's happening. This man, the Chinese dude, I keep forgetting his name. His name always keeps me.
King Jong-un.
He knows what's happening. No, that's not Korea. I'm talking about the Chinese guy, the Chinese the president, call him. He knows what these guys are powerful. They know what's happening. So you see, look, I mean, if truly, let's call a spade a spade. If they say, like the way they're saying it, that the Omicron variant is killing everybody. Remember the first time when the COVID started, there was a lockdown. When there was a lockdown, a lot of economies were shut. Countries were having issues. Inflation stepped in. Currencies lost value. Interest rate could not be raised. A lot of things were not going on well. But guess what? The whole world is open for business. But then you are now telling me that there is now a more dangerous variant, which is Omicron variant. But there's no lockdown. Business as usual. Stadiums are full. Formula One, people were all over the place. Football matches, people are everywhere. If today Tyson Fury decides to box with Deontay Wilder again, it's going to be packed. In the stadiums in England, people do not put on nose mask. So what are we now saying? Who is deceiving who? If it is as deadly as they say it is, why are people not in lockdown? Why are people not in their homes? Why is the currencies not suffering the way they were suffering the first time? People are meant to take their money off, dollar and invest in gold, safe haven. But nobody's doing that because they know what's happening. Nobody's investing nobody's putting money in gold right now because they know what's happening. Correct. There's a vaccine. And the vaccine, people say is successful. A lot of people are saying, it's successful, and this variant and all this nonsense happening. So if the vaccine is successful, it means that business should be open. It means that nobody should be in lockdown, number one. Number two, it means that if nobody's in lockdown, those people will not have any reason to take their money into safe haven currencies like gold. They will take their money and invest back in the American economy, in the dollar, or in whatever economies they are trading in, and then their businesses will start growing because business is open, nobody's at home. The only time I see gold rising again is if a lockdown is announced. If a lockdown is announced, it means that businesses are going to suffer. People are going to liquidate, and they're going to take their monies and put into safe haven, which is gold. And then at that point, JPY, every pair that is related with JPY is going to shoot to the moon. USD JPY, GJ, AJ, all of them to the moon. All of them to the moon. They are going to the moon. And gold will rise. That's the only time I see it happening. But as far as there's no lockdown, it's not happening. Nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't see it happening. So I don't know if that makes sense. That is why my bias still stays to the downside.
In America, we had a call out from, he told us that there's going to be a new pandemic in February.
Okay. In February.
That was it. And now I got a message on my phone saying crypto markets may consolidate and until 2024. And I was telling people a long time ago, the market moves by cycles, Absolutely. So a lot of people that buy in the middle, they ended up getting squeezed and pinched, and disturbed. And, you have people like celebrities, in these coins. And they're dropping Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I had an analysis on all this years ago.
Okay, so Bitcoin, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, I hope you guys are listening. You guys are learning. Now, Bitcoin is, the only reason why Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin is doing is because, there are a lot of coins out there. Bitcoin at this point,
right?
It is just speculations. that is making Bitcoin do that made Bitcoin rise to wherever it rose to. Speculation. It was just market speculation. Oh, this, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on. You cannot build a house on thin air. No, it doesn't happen. There has to be a solid foundation. There has to be structure behind it. There has to be something. The market always tells you a story. But when the market is just rising, let them rise. Because in the market, whatever goes up must come down. Whatever comes down must go up. You see, Bitcoin, I've been telling everybody that cared to listen that I'm not going to buy Bitcoin and keep until Bitcoin gets to 19,000, 19, 20,000. And people think I'm crazy. Until it gets there. When it gets there, any rise that happens from that point in time, I will be absolutely interested. Because why? It is now built on a particular, there's a missing piece of the jigsaw, and it has just filled it in. That's it. So guys, I hope that was a good one. I had a proper conversation with Nidal's iPhone. I had a proper conversation with him on this one. So guys, we're in a time, and I'll say it again, we're in a time in the market whereby nothing's really happening. Could I say it's the time of the year? Maybe. Could I say because of the speculations going about? Maybe. Or guess what? The market is really not making any moves. Nothing is really happening. Do you want to trade in consolidation? Try not to avoid it. You need proper skill to do that. Okay? And guess what? You have a model in front of you, which is traps, which will enable you to take advantage of all these things. All right. So it's very, very important everybody learns how to use this, because guess what? By 1st of January, I won't be doing these calls as frequent as I'm doing it now. So that's why I keep saying, if you have any questions, keep asking them so that I can show you, because by 1st of January, I will not be as frequent as I'm doing it now. I will be focusing on other stuff and maybe focus and paying most attention to everybody that is on no risk FX. It's not as if I won't come here and drop one or two things. Yes, I will, but not as frequent as I'm doing it right now. So if you have any question, please reach out. Please ask. Let us do this. Nobody's paying me to do this to you. Nobody's paying me to do this. I'm doing this because I want to do this. All right, it's very, very important. I've been doing this for the last how many years now? I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because anybody's giving me stuff.
Yeah,
information I'm providing.
I met you, Anthony, through the group chat. I was in probably in 2018, 2019. I've been knowing you now for 3 years. You've been the same way.
Okay, so I've been doing the same thing over, and I try not to change it. And I am not asking anybody for any fee. I'm doing this, let everybody get it, because the goal at the end of the day is financial freedom. Everybody needs to be free. Learn the skill. It's going to help you someday. It will help you. Okay. As I talk to you today, guys, I am still learning. Every day I spend nothing less than 1 hour trying to learn something new on this chat. Not going to learn something that's not related to this. It has to be related to this. Even if I'm watching movies, I watch movies that are kind of related to this. Something that's anything that's going to talk about the economics. It's going to talk about market dynamics. Those are the kind of things I try to watch. The thing is, you need to make sure you get this stuff. It's for your own good. Tomorrow, I could sit down in my house and I look at my wife and I'm like, baby, do you want to travel? She says yes. And I'm like, okay, how much will it cost us? It's going to cost us $1,000, 1,000 American dollars. In my coin, Nigerian currency, that's 570,000 naira. I'm like, okay, 570,000. Are you sure it's enough? She says, no, let's do 2,000. Okay, fine. $2,000 is about 1.1 million. Guess what? I took a trade on GJ today. I made $1,000. If I take another trade some other place, I could make another $1,000. Has my bill not been paid? It has been paid. I don't have to work for anybody. If you have questions, ask. Proper risk management will save you at the end of the day. And please, finally, before I go, run away from people that do not seem to have losses. Anybody that tells you that they don't have losses, run away from them. They want to take your money. Nobody knows the market. The market is nobody is 100%. Nothing is 100%. There's no strategy, no model. I could stay in a market that there was a period of time I didn't lose for I think about 2 months. But I think the third month I lost back to back. I won, lost again, won again. It happens. Okay. But the period that, there was a winning streak, oh man, absolutely fantastic. But that did not mean I needed to over leverage my account. That did not mean I needed to over leverage my account. I still applied the same proper risk management all through the period I was on that winning streak. And when I lost, I didn't really feel it because it's part of the game. Okay. Anybody that wants to mentor you, ask them, what is your win ratio? Ask them to show you what their loss looks like. Ask them to show you what their loss looks like. Ask them to show you moves before and after. I've had people come to me and be like, yo, man, you are a scam. I'm like, am I a scam? Okay. I've been doing the same thing over and over for the last how many years now? I said, I'm going to show you a trade setup before it happens. And let's wait and see after it happens. But guess what? Past profits do not guarantee future results. I'm not telling you that this market must do this. I'm telling you that this market, based off my analysis, I expect this market to do this. And if it doesn't do this, it's fine. We'll look for another one. Before and after. That is why you see all of my charts. You see them. I have a before markup and I have an after markup when the move has already played. By that, if I show it to you, you know that this is not a scam. They actually called it before and after. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. Okay. Let's see what UCAD does. Let's see if this gold is going to play out. Let's see what each of them does. And let's see if any trap appears along the line. If it appears, I hope to post them. And please, guys, if you see anyone, please post it. If you see any setup, please post it. Let's have fun. Let's make it happen. It's Christmas. Christmas money. Let's see if we can get some more. I already made some, and I'm going to make more. So, guys, let's keep it at that. I'll talk to you guys in the group. Have a good night.